I want to ask you a question. Who's coaching you? Who's asking you the tough questions? Who's telling you, man, you're the common denominator to all of your issues and challenges? Who's telling you, man, all day long, you become the magnetic pulse that attracts to you both good and bad? I want to be your life coach. I want to be the one that cheers you on to the finish line. I want to be the one that you ask the tough questions. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers, but that means that you have a partner, someone who believes in you, not the you see right now, but the you can't imagine, the you that you are to become, the you were destined to be. I always say we both need the positive and the negative. It's not enough to have the knowledge of the matter, but we must have the wisdom as well. For wisdom settles it. And that's what I want to offer you as you join me on the Coach's Corner. I want to offer you the wisdom of the matter. Maybe it might be relationships, talking about our campaigns for more, for life, the dark room of our subconscious, our spiritual journey. Whatever it is, I want to be there to encourage you, to build you, to challenge you, to cheer you on to the finish line. I'm qualified to do this. Why? Because I'm you.
Well, welcome to another edition of the Coach's Corner. My name is Marcus Saletta. Surely as I approach the microphone, I have my own set of personal and professional issues. And also I have gained wisdoms from the lessons and the scars of this life's journey. And I trust that I could somehow earn the right to speak into your life. And I trust that you realize that I am sincere when I say to you, thank you so very much for joining us all across and around the world. For those that are joining us on our website, www.415-96radio.com, thank you so very much. For those that are joining us via Spreaker, my Spreaker followers, thank you so much. Those that are joining us via Blog Talk Radio, Podomatic, those that are joining us via Spreecast or perhaps Stitcher, the new Stitcher app on Google Play. Thank you so much. Those that are subscribing to us on iTunes, I want to say thank you also to you. Those that are following us and catching us on the Twitter feed and on the Facebook fan page, The Coach's Corner on SIBN Radio, I want to say thank you to you as well. And today's thought is opposition or opportunity. As you look at the double O's, which one's for you? Let's get going. All right, so are you ready to throw down? Because it's another day. And so many times we are faced with opportunities when we're facing opposition. Opportunities are always going to be hidden in the thick skin of those who will go beyond the surface. My own personal experience is that I've missed plenty of opportunities because I was looking with the eyes that weren't appropriate. I was looking at the opposition nakedly speaking, if you will. But you have to put on the glasses of your belief system. So many times the reason why I've missed opportunities is because I found out that I wasn't willing to investigate my belief system. I wasn't willing to do it. I wasn't willing to look inside myself retrospectively or respectively for a different aspect of why I am doing something. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking to myself that I'm okay. I'm cool. I'm grooving. I got swag. I don't need to change anything. Quite the contrary. We all need to change. We all need to upgrade. And it's hard to face yourself. It's easier to blame everybody else, them, they, and those. But you have to practice this thought that I'm talking about today. When you see something bad unfolding, you ask yourself, is this opposition or simply an opportunity? And T.D. Jakes was using the storm as an example of how people pack up and flee. All you need now is a forecast coming from a credible source or sources to tell all the public to clear the beach, and to tell all those that are living in resident houses or in the low-lying areas to evacuate. Sounds familiar? Yeah, but then the news camera focuses on the less than 1% that won't leave. Some that have been in their homes for years, decades, and perhaps have ridden out other storms and declare that storm won't be that bad. And then the camera swings around, pans in on a surfer. Yeah, a surfer who saw the oppositional storm as an opportunity to enjoy and to improve one's skills. Opposition, what really is it? Depends on your perception, depends on your ability and how you can look at something and see beyond the surface of a thing. And here, lately I found out that most oppositions are opportunities. Take a small break. We'll be right back. Yeah, here lately I have been looking at situations and saying to myself, all right, before we have a reaction, let's have a response. You see what I'm saying? If you're set in your ways, you're not going to do that. I mean, if you're so busy trying to impress other people, you're not going to do that. If you're so stuck on how good you are in a particular area, you're not going to do that. But if you really, really want to leave a legacy, and if you really, really want to improve, and you really want to stretch yourself out, and you really want to grow, you really want your growth cycle to be exciting, you want your growth cycle to expand beyond what it was last time around, you want to ask yourself the tough questions. What's going on with this situation right here? Gangsters used to do that. I mean, my goodness, I'm talking about true gangsters. Is this somebody we need to take out? No, we don't need to take him out. No. We don't need the ruckus in the family. Well, let's keep an eye on him. Yeah, keep an eye on your opposition. Stop always swearing you're going to take it out. I mean, we just have to calm down and look at opposition with a second set of eyes. Because we are warriors. Now, who we're fighting for, that's a whole nother question, but we are all warriors. Hopefully for the causes of righteousness and goodness. Hopefully for the causes of balance and modesty. Hopefully for the causes of principle-centered living. Hopefully for the causes that leaves legacies beyond us and our children, but extends to our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. Hopefully that's what it means to have a legacy. But unfortunately, so many people are just living for right now's pleasure, and then they are finding out that it is just never enough. Your flesh will never be happy enough. You will never be satisfied because your focus, your perception, your belief system is centered on something that sinks down into the ground. As much as you have for pound, as much as you go for round, you just never can get enough. Take a small break. We'll be right back. You will never get enough of the plastic stuff. And you'll never be prepared for destiny or opportunity looking at problems the way you do, the way I do. Take the we and put in I. Take the they and put in me. Take the them out and take responsibility. If I'm going to be better, if I'm going to get opportunities that I've never imagined, then I got to see the opportunity in the opposition. I need to see the storm as a step. And then I need to step into it and find that I've stepped up. And this is where we are. Problems are going to come. Problems exist. But it's in the eye of the beholder as to what the problems will become. For some, problems become more problematic. For others, problems become more dramatic. For others, some problems become more charismatic. They take on more character, more shape, more definition. But for he who's willing to look inside himself and see whether or not he's the problem. For him that's willing, for her that's willing to look inside herself and see that, if it's to be, it's up to me. It starts right here and right now. They look out on the horizon and they see problem. They start clapping their hands and say, here come an opportunity. And everybody else is looking at them like, what? Are you crazy? Are you absolutely out of your mind? Girl, Valentine's Day is coming up, or, what you gonna do? Girl, I'm going out and I'm going to enjoy myself. Girl, what man you going with? You see, all the problems are not just head on. Some of them are subtle problems. Like who you going to share, Valentine's Day with, or who you going to share, Memorial Day, who's going to go on a cruise with you, subtle problems that your girlfriends and your guy friends bring up and ask questions about X, Y, and Z because they thought for you being single was a problem. Well, see, if you're not practicing happiness as a single person, how you think you're going to be fully happy when you get married? Happiness is not based on married or single status. It is based on the individual. Happiness is not based on sexual identification. It's based on the wholeness and the belief system of an individual. And when you get that, then you're going to find happiness. But you know what? We're not getting it because we're seeing too much opposition. Opposition is really a hidden opportunity. Take a small break. Be back. Yeah. Opportunity. Clothed with the skin of problems. Layered in negative way. And those that swear they will never, don't you love those people that always swear that what they will never do? When opposition comes, they're running too. Is what you're looking at right now an opportunity, or is it simply opposition, or opposition hidden with a nugget of opportunities? So just to think about which one is it. Depends on your belief system. And one of the things that I found out about our belief system is that most of us have been lying to ourselves. Most of us have not told ourselves the truth. Most of us have not taken responsibility for our own actions. Most of us have not spoken a word of honesty or have an ounce of integrity in decades. And then we wonder why sometimes we're up and sometimes we're down. Sometimes we're level almost to the ground. We always seem to wonder why. Is it like this? Well, you're the common denominator. I'm the common denominator. We take the you're out and put I am in there. You take them and they and those out and put myself in there. I am the problem. If it's to be, it's up to me. It's not up to them. It's not up to her. It's not up to him. It's up to me. Unfortunately, I have belief systems that teach me and tell me and reinforce my consciousness, and as I walk day to day and week to week and month to month, I learn about the external reactions to my internal consciousness. And I have to make a decision every single time until that decision becomes second nature. And the decision is, what in me do I need to adjust? What in me do I need to change? What in me do I need to face? What in me do I need to process? What in me do I need to acknowledge? What in me do I need to let go of? What in me do I need to take responsibility for and be accountable for? Because if it is to be, it is up to me, so that when I look at a problem next time, I realize it is not a problem. It is simply a process that if I walk through it, I will be able to see clearly the opportunities, because success is not given easily to those who are able to just walk in and take it off the life's table. Success is given to those who are willing to take what looks like one thing to one person and turn it into something else, because it's all in perception and belief systems. You need to rewind this back and listen again. You and I have to redefine success, so that when we look at something, we realize and understand and accept the fact that everything is not as it appears. That's one of my new pet peeves, saying everything is not as it appears. Everything is not as the surface declares. Everything is not as it appears. Everything is not as the surface dictates or declares. It is always more to it than that. It is always more to it than what is discussed. It is always up to the interpretation and the perceptive ability of the viewer, the thinker, the doer. You see? Yeah, rewind it. Download this one and listen again, because that's part of the problem. You can't hear these one time and then, because sometimes I go in, straight in for the jugular, and you have to hear it again and again. Why? Because we don't get it in one. And there's a principle that says that out of 100% delivery from a teacher or from a rabbi or from a professor, that we only receive 1/4 of that. So you would have to listen at least 4 times to beat your own average. Yeah, check that out. That's why you listen to the song, your favorite song, more than once. You watch your favorite movie more than once. But when it comes to motivational, inspirational things that will build you up and cause you to have a spiritual dominion, then we listen to that one time and think we got it. That's why you watch your favorite series reruns. I mean, I don't need to go there, but you know what I'm saying. Download. When we look on our radio show, we want to see that y'all downloading these things, because this is for all of us to grow and to know beyond what we've been articulating to our friends that we know. They don't care that we know intellectually, just, in the sense of intellectual knowledge. They want to know that we know, become intimately acquainted with the resilience, the determination that declares me a winner, because I go in like a winner and I take problems and turn them inside out and make them something that no one else would have seen that they are. And oftentimes opposition is an opportunity for correction in your own course. I went through something here recently and I realized to myself, wait 1 second. I think that this may be a hint from the Lord that I'm on the wrong track. And if you're on the wrong track, oftentimes opposition come up to get you on the right track. Something to think about right there. You see what I'm saying? Could you be on the wrong track altogether? Could you be on the wrong track? Could you be on the wrong track? The wrong path? You simply need to be nudged. Excuse me. You're going to run into more resistance on the path that you shouldn't be on than the path that you should. I mean, in the corrective sense, but in the practical sense, you seem to have more support on the path that you think that you're on. But generally speaking, when you're really on the right path, there's not as much support as you think. People always applaud, movement, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're applauding progress and success. I said a lot right there. A lot of people applaud movement, Most of us are busybodies. We're doing stuff. We might be getting stuff done, but is it the relative stuff? Is it the stuff of legacy? Are we winning, but is it the game that counts? We got hole in one, but is it the round that matters? You have to ask yourself those questions. Take a small break. Be back. I got to get ready to get out of here, man. I trust that you are learning something as you approach the Coach's Corner, man, from day to day, and I hope that you are sharing us with a friend, following us on Twitter, doing the things that are necessary to help get us out there. We believe in you. We may not believe you, but we believe in you. What does that mean? That means that also often we say so much BS that just don't have any faith in you. Your words rather, but we have the faith in you. Now also remember that this is not a Christian program, though we use Christian principles on this program. For those that may be listening to this and wondering, why isn't he saying Jesus every 5 minutes? Because we're trying to reach the unreachable, touch the untouchable with a message that is expandable, with a philosophy that is eternal, that under the auspices of which and how you were created, you cannot do anything but succeed, though even you have failed already. But the failure has only proven to be a lesson to where you can go and what you can do and what you should be accomplishing, because failure is not permanent. I need some help right there. Failure is not permanent. A baby that falls down trying to learn how to walk instinctively gets back up because they see the failure as oppositional. And they see the opposition as opportunity. The baby that falls down trying to walk. And I heard that some babies don't even go through the process of crawling anymore. They just stand up one day and begin to walk, knowing instinctively that they're going to lose their balance, but they try anyhow. What are you trying? Knowing that you could lose your balance, but you're willing to give it an effort, and you do not care what it looks like to other folks. When you process your problems, when you go through the internal details of your own belief consciousness, you're able to articulate to yourself, oh yeah, my belief system can handle this one. I've been frank, I've been upfront, I've been integral. I stopped lying to myself, and though I'm working on myself, I still stop lying to myself so that I can see truly, like that baby sees instinctively, that every opposition is an opportunity. Yeah. Problems are simply probabilities and possibilities. That's all they are to me. That's all they are to me. That's all they are to me. I am a problem solver. When you stop trying to impress people, see, most of us are worried about how we look. Central problem number one. You got an image issue. Because I don't look good to me inside, and I don't want nobody else to know it, so I paint the outside with all kinds of external psychedelic colors so that I can impress everybody else. Me, myself, not easily impressed. Because I realize and I understand that I live with me. I get up with me, I lay down with me. I take me for a walk and for a ride. Some of y'all still trying to get high. That's you. Yeah, we are what we are. We is what we is. Excuse the English and the grammatical incorrective way I'm speaking, but you understand that the new consciousness emerging from you is peaking and wants to look at the storm as a step. Look at the opposition as an opportunity to exceed beyond my wildest dreams. Leave behind the game playing schemes and come a little further, not just for me and mine, but for the legacy behind me. Those that will come forth and ask the one question: what was my grandfather, my uncle, my father, my mother, my grandmother was all about? Well, you don't want them to be able to say, well, he went to church and he believed in Jesus. No. The Bible says the work is plenty, but the laborers are few. You got a lot of folks professing who they know, but when you ask them, will you, they won't go. I need some help right there. So don't be impressed. Don't be fooled by the ones who gather by the river pool, boasting of the blessings and how they're favored, but yet will not hit the vineyard and bring forth God's fruit that will remain, because it takes an inner inquiry about yourself. I need some help right there. Who are you really? Who am I? Who am I really? I need to help me be free. Nothing wrong with the best sermons and the best motivational speakers and inspirational orators, but at the end of the day, you have to face you and decide, I'm going to be better because I'm going to tell myself the truth. And as I tell myself the truth and look out through the eyes of my perceptional life, yeah, there's a couple of different lives you live in. There's the life you think you're living, and there's the life that you believe you want to live. But they all occur through your eyes, through your perception. What do you see? If you can see it, then it can be if you can see it. If you can see it. If you could see it. If you could see it. If. And even when you think up and dream up, people still oppose. The opposition can refine and define and fine-tune an idea or a concept. You got to be fluid like water. You got to flow so that you'll know. You'll know on the inside. It won't always register with the mind. Well, reasoning in and of itself opposes spiritual principle. Reasoning argues back and say, no, according to this and that, it can't be. But sometimes you have to simply know that faith has got your back. Everything don't make sense. You can't intellectualize every experience, but every experience has a scientific formula. Once you get to know you tap in to the scientific formula of life. Well, thanks for joining us for the Coach's Corner. Don't forget to download each episode. Whatever you do, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. If you can, like our page, The Coach's Corner, on SIBN Radio. And whatever you do, take care of yourself. This is Coach.